What up, nerds? This is your Supreme Leader back with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about my video, how the fandom menace will react when Ahsoka comes out. That video came out a little over a year ago, and back then nobody had an idea about how people were going to react to the Ahsoka series. But in the back of my mind, I knew Star Wars fans were going to crap on Ahsoka, especially if it had Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy involved. Of course, they always trash any new Star Wars project, whether it's a movie, TV show, a second season, you name it, they'll always crap on it because they got nothing better to do in real life, which is actually quite disappointing. So I'm going to show you guys my video first, and then I'm going to show you guys some current videos of the butthurt menace complaining like a little bitch. Oh my goodness, this was the best Star Wars shows I have seen. I can't wait for Ahsoka to finally come out.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? It was the worst absolute trash of trailer I've seen.
Oh my fucking god, why are there so many women in this show? Why the hell are the men? The fucking men now. Ah!
Like, what the fuck were they thinking in adding all these women in this show? Like, seriously, nobody cares. Because it's all about agendas and SJWs. You fucking snowflakes killed Star Wars. And it's all your fucking fault, you fucking Star Wars fans. If you guys didn't stand up against Disney, we wouldn't get this terrible show. We wouldn't get Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ah!
Am I the only one that thinks that this trailer is actually pretty cool? Makes me look forward to it. You know what I always say? Never judge a book by a cover, you know what I'm saying? And I think I can speak for many of us out there, that many of us who have followed through Ahsoka's journey is going to be looking forward to what's going to happen next in this series. So I look forward to whatever Disney's going to put on the table for Ahsoka, which I have a good feeling it will be, because I'm really positive.
Oh my god, I can't fucking stand it. You are a fucking idiot if you think Disney's gonna do anything good. Did you see Obi-Wan Kenobi? They ruined his character, so what makes you think in your right mind that they're gonna make Ahsoka a great series?
I've had enough of this. I'm sick and tired of Disney ruining everything they touch. Can we just please get something right? God, what is so hard about getting the Ahsoka character correctly? What the hell do these characters have to do with anything? Jeez, just give us something right. Dave Filoni, get back here! And you're all fucking trash if you like Star Wars Disney, so screw you and your series. You're all fake.
This was my video that I did last year. Now, who would have thought, 1 year later, after the trailer dropped, Star Wars fans once more would come back to crap, not just on Ahsoka, the TV show, but also crap on Dave Filoni? Who would have thought? Who would have seen this? Me, your Supreme Leader. I could see the future, my friends. That's why they call me the Supreme Leader. I'm a Sith. I could see shit from miles away. This is how fans have always acted. They act like if everything is like spoiled milk. And now they gotta find something new to bitch and complain again because they are fucking losers. So let's see what the losers had to say. And when you hear their valid reasons, you're gonna be like, oh, what? Supreme Leader, you called it. Of course I called it. It's like a life cycle. You know, kind of like when Brock Lesnar had that one t-shirt that says, eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. For these Star Wars fans, it's bitch, complain, repeat.
Star Wars. In fact, it's the best Star Wars I've seen since Empire. Dave Filoni has well and truly saved the franchise with this show, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Those are the kinds of things I'd be saying if I was one of the room temperature IQ consumers on Twitter that have become so conditioned to the absolute mindless sludge being pumped onto Disney Plus that anything even marginally better is hailed as cinematic ambrosia. But the reality is that after 2 unnecessarily protracted episodes, I can say with a fair degree of confidence that Ahsoka isn't gonna save Star Wars, Dave Filoni isn't a genius, and this show isn't a triumphant return to form. The truth is that for the most part, it's just another mediocre Disney Star Wars show, only dressed up in slightly better clothes. The The plot is another tedious series of fetch quests about the hunt for another MacGuffin that'll unlock another map that'll point the way to another missing legacy character in exile. Another doomsday weapons being constructed by another bunch of Imperial wannabes, and it features another flat, uninteresting protagonist with all the personality and charisma of an unbuttered ham sandwich. And it's all held together by a heady combination of convenience, contrivance, and the sheer willpower of the writers. Even worse, it pretty much demands that you watch not one, but 2 animated Star Wars shows just to understand what the fuck is even happening. Because damn man, it certainly doesn't waste any time filling in the blanks for you, not when there's far more important things to do, like, walking, and looking, and more walking. And straight away, you know this isn't going to be a show that's big on logic.
It's an interesting show. It's the story of Ahsoka Tano, the Jedi from the Clone Wars and Rebels. It looks nice, the acting doesn't suck, it's not a bad show by any stretch, but it's not great either. However, after this week's episode, I did something I haven't done in years with Star Wars. I literally laughed out loud. But before we talk about why I laughed so hard, allow me to share something in the Star Wars wheelhouse that is guaranteed to make you laugh as intended. Stealing Solo.
Hello, this is Supreme Leader. Just gonna fast forward this promoting this crappy ass comic.
We're 5 episodes into Ahsoka, and we still haven't met the villain of the show, Grand Admiral Thrawn, though this week is so hilarious you probably won't care. This week's episode is all about the space between spaces, or the world between worlds, and whales. Big-ass space whales, or spoils as we call them, that can travel through hyperspace. Yes, that's really what happened. Each week, Ahsoka suffers from the same problem. The story fails to move along. It always looks nice visually, but characters just do things because it will move the plot along. The audience is often left to fill in the gaps. The fact that there are only 3 episodes left and we haven't met the main villain is maddening. Ahsoka is a show that meanders, and this episode is the most meandery of them all. The world between worlds, or Spurgatory, space purgatory, is a bit confusing. I had to look more into this concept because I didn't watch Rebels, nor do I plan to. It feels like something out of Marvel more than Star Wars. Imagine if that scene in Black Panther where he talks to his father after he's passed away kept going on, and on, and on. Then you know what it was like to watch this week's Ahsoka. It's very disconnected to what was established in previous Star Wars live action. Lucasfilm was really hoping fans would like it, because it's the majority of this week's episode. Last week's episode of Ahsoka ended with her waking up in Spurgatory. That cliffhanger had fans on the edge of their seats. Did it though? I haven't seen much gushing over this show except from IGN, which likes everything that is silly. Most Star Wars fans have been frustrated with this show since it doesn't go anywhere. There's no Thrawn yet, and this episode doesn't fix that problem. The episode starts with Hera Syndulla walking off of her ship, and we're met with another butt shot. That's not a complaint, don't get me wrong. I'm just noticing a trend here. The directors of this show must be bakers because there's cake in every episode. After that, Huyang finds Sabine's helmet, and then we jump to the title card. Shadow Warrior. That's ominous.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build your online presence. Ahsoka is here and I really couldn't be less excited, except for the fact that we can have fun ripping it apart. When starting a new series, it's important to make sure you do a good job setting up the characters and story, because it's pretty important to have the audience like your characters and be invested in the story. Growing an audience should be a priority. Disney's Ahsoka does neither of these things. And who's shocked? Who would have thought that handing the once all-dominating Star Wars over to an inexperienced director who had only directed cartoons would turn out a hollow, boring show full of flat, one-dimensional characters? Yes, of course, I'm talking about the cowboy hat-wearing, idea-stealing joke that is Dave Filoni.
Take that ridiculous thing off.
We have to thank a lovely viewer for that joke. Dave Filoni, the guy who doesn't have one original idea in his body. Well, he did have one original idea. That was Ahsoka. And we are going to be paying for that for years to come. Because Dave Filoni's main goal and only talent is pushing his own mid-level characters. Now, I understand that some people think Dave Filoni has done some great work in the cartoons. Well, that's great, but I'd like to aim a little bit higher in directorial and writing talent than the guy who's directed some drawings. Because even after all the crap we've endured, it still is Star Wars, which used to mean something. Christ, less than 10 years to go from $2 billion movies to a bland show that no one cares about, made by Cartoon Boy. Well done, Kathy, and somehow you're still not fired.
Didn't I tell you all? Bitches come back to cry. crawling like little cockroaches like they always do, trying to find and scratch and claw into any new excuse they can to crap on this show. Even though we all know in reality Ahsoka is probably one of the best Star Wars shows out there, up there with Kenobi, up there with The Mandalorian, up there with Book of Boba Fett. And if they don't like that, they can pucker up and kiss our ass. Plain and simple. And you know, when I hear all these things coming out of some Star Wars fans, they remind me of spoiled children on Christmas. I think about it like this. Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy, they go shopping, try to find the nicest Star Wars toy that maybe the Star Wars fans would like. They wrap it up nicely and everything. They spend like about hours wrapping up all these presents, thinking, oh, he's gonna like it, she's gonna like it. Just so that they could wake up on Christmas morning and be like, yeah, I don't like it. Oh no. I asked for a cool character, not a woman. Why is there whales? And I don't like this set. God damn, it's so fucking annoying. I'm gonna let my man Triple H take it away to make my point.
What I really, really want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Give me what I want. What I really, really want. I really, really, really want. Give me what I want. What I really, really want. I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Give me what I want. What I really, really want. I really want.
Hey, maybe one day this should be the national anthem for Star Wars fans. For the toxic ones in general, right here. Okie dokie. This is where I'm going to conclude my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Support the First Order. More videos coming out soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, my friends, and may the Force be with y'all. Peace!